Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 29th episode of our gaming news podcast, the PackCast. With me today, as always, we have cool trainer Camilo, the Genebo, and I guess with me is myself, Phil Fantastic. And we're down a player today because Dan from the T-Lounge is still in the ocean somewhere. We are looking for him. People are aware. They have sent out lifeboats. Just kidding, he's fine. So we're going to be a host short today, and also we're going to be a little short today because we're only talking about one topic, and that topic is the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield. All three of us got it. We all three are very excited to talk about it. So we're going to just kind of go through a couple of big headline topics about, we're going to talk about what new Pokemon are in the game. We're going to talk about the Galarian forms, what we think about the Galar region in general, and we're going to respond to, there was all that hate about the game in the beginning, and we're going to discuss some of that. And then, at the end of every episode, we talk about what games are coming out and what we've been playing. Spoiler alert, it's Pokemon. All right, so let's get into the first Pokemon topic. And that's the new Pokemon. So one thing to note that I thought was really cool was that the new designs are kind of different from what we've seen. Like Impidimp, for example. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah,
it looks more like a Digimon.
Kind of,
there are cute Pokemon in the game, but they feel a little bit dialed down. Like, I feel like normally there's a bunch of oh, it's so cute, but now there's a lot of cool not scary is not the word, but more detailed and
more monstrous,
more monstery, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's Impidimp and all of his two other evolutions.
Morgrim.
Yeah,
the emo guy.
Yes, yeah. And then it evolves into Bayonetta.
Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, Grimmsnarl. It uses its hair as muscles, or added onto its muscles. And its Pokedex entry is something it's stronger than a Machamp, which I thought was very interesting.
Machamp's pretty outclassed.
Yeah. He has a Dynamax form, though, which is kind of cool. So what I'm confused about, and this is obviously kind of a less structured podcast, but so Machamp has a Dynamax form.
No, he has a Gigantamax form.
Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about. The difference between Dynamax and Gigantamax. What's the difference?
Also, I just learned this today.
Yeah.
Only specific Pokemon can Gigantamax, so you have to catch a Pokemon that is Gigantamax. So you have to get it from a raid. I can't just Gigantamax let's say I have a Machamp. I can't just catch any Machamp and Gigantamax. It has to be a specific kind of Machamp.
Okay.
So if you I have the Meowth. I have the Meowth that you got in the mystery gift.
Yeah, so that's a Gigantamax Meowth.
So if I go Dynamax, will it just be the Gigantamax? I actually haven't tried this.
I don't know. They haven't really talked about Gigantamax and how far I am in the story, so I don't know if I can do it yet. I haven't tried Gigantamax in the Meowth yet.
Because I faced a gym where they had a Gigantamax. They had what's Alcremé or Alcrem? I don't know.
Yeah.
But when they did their Dynamax or Gigantamax, it turned into the cake.
The cake, yeah.
Yeah. The same thing with Machamp. I fought the fighting gym. Which games are you guys playing? I'm playing.
Oh, I have Shield.
We're both.
Okay. Well,
okay. I'm playing. So
Sword.
we don't have the fighting gym, right? We have the ghost gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alistair. We don't. I mean, I guess we can talk about this later, but the gyms are really cool.
Yeah, they're so cool. But let's try to stick to the Pokemon. So what is another?
I think these Pokemon are the best designs that we've seen in a while. All the new ones.
Oh, I thought Corviknight was a standalone.
So did I.
It's a 3. It's the bird.
Yeah, I was so surprised when it actually was the regional bird. I was like, oh my gosh. I did not, because people were saying that. They were like, do you think it's the regional bird? I'm like, no, idiot.
It's
And
weird
then,
that they
like-
showed it so early in
they
like
showed
the trailers.
the final stage first.
Yeah.
Too.
And I liked the previous stages, well, at least the mid stage. I really
Mid stage
liked.
was cool. Yeah.
I like Ricky D though. He's cute.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's fine.
I love.
He's
God,
basically picky pick.
the corgi, but I forget
Yamper.
Yamper.
Yamper. Yeah, Yamper. I love Yamper and its evolved form.
I like the Bolto.
Bolthound.
Bolton.
Bolton.
I mean, I like Yamper's ability. I just like the design is like too like mushy. I don't know.
But he's a corgi. It's an adorable little corgi.
He's a squishy corgi.
I also like that poison baby thing. I haven't found one in the wild. I don't know where it's at.
Oh, it's a gift Pokemon, Toxel.
Toxel,
And
yeah.
also,
But
it is also in the wild.
I found him in the wild area, and he's in I think in another route too.
Yeah, I think
he's in the
that
wild.
design's really cool. The evolved form's really cool looking.
Toxtricity. I have him on my team. I love that thing, and I am fully intending on shiny hunting him. Speaking of shiny hunting and new Pokemon, so we all know Surfetch'd is a new Pokemon that is exclusive to Sword, which is the reason I'm playing it actually. And I shiny hunted it, and I got it in 301 eggs, I think. I was doing this thing where we were streaming with Cam, kind of like we've done this like 3 days in a row. We're like, well, we're both gonna stream the game for like 10 hours, so like, do you want to just get on Discord? So we've been doing these like kind of like casual collabs of just like hanging out on Discord, which has been
they're pretty fun though.
They've been fun. So we've been doing some shiny hunting a little bit, like, casual racing a little bit, but not really, just sort of experiencing the game together. And I was doing the chaining method in addition to hatching eggs after I already got like 250 eggs hatched. And then I started like, oh, I'm going to start knocking out the Pokemon because like maybe I'll get lucky. And I actually got lucky and got it in like less than half egg odds, which is super cool. And he turned into a golden goose. Or a rubber ducky.
It's really cool looking.
I really think it's probably more of a golden goose. Because of the, like...
It did remind me of like a rubber ducky, though.
Wasn't there some obnoxious way of evolving it, though? Like, don't you have to land 3 crits in one?
Yeah, you have to land 3 critical hits. But it comes with an item half the time called a leak, and that increases its critical hit chance. And it's actually not that hard. The way that I did it, and I recommend all the viewers do, is you find a... What was the Pokemon? Wasn't Quagsire. It was the other one.
Wobbuffet?
Wobbuffet. They look exactly the same. Wobbuffet, and I just used a fighting move against it because it wasn't very effective. And I got my 3 critical hits like no problem.
Smart.
So I would just recommend doing that. Just be careful because he can use confusion on you, and you're a fighting Pokemon.
The thing is, he'll use like counter on you, and like that'll just push the. He doesn't have any attacking moves. It's all like, it's like a mirror move. Like he doubles the damage you did back to him.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I remember he did hurt me a little bit, but I managed to pull it out. And it was awesome, and I felt very accomplished to have evolved a Pokemon in a really weird way. And I feel like there's a couple of them that have strange evolutions.
Yeah, that Milcery.
Mm-hmm.
If you give it... They're like those like food items. If you like let it hold a specific like food item and then you spin your character, it'll just evolve and it'll get like different toppings on it and stuff.
Huh. That's what, alchemy or whatever?
Yeah. Oh, cool.
And I didn't look up what the shiny was, but the shiny is like always the same color. It's just the toppings are different depending on what item you used.
That's cool.
Interesting.
But since I brought up Surfetch'd, do we want to move on to Galarian forms?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So the cool thing that we noticed, so Farfetch'd is a Galarian form. He's a fighting type, but there are some Pokemon that don't have. Or wait, how's a good way?
Well,
to
no, like they
this?
get Galarian forms, but Pokemon whose original form didn't evolve now evolve, kind of thing.
Right.
So like Farfetch'd, yeah. Here,
so another good example of that was there's a new Pokemon where if you evolve, it's Meowth, but if you evolve Meowth into its new form, because there's a Galarian Meowth, it's a completely different Pokemon. It's not Persian anymore.
Yeah.
It's Berserker, and it's amazing.
It looks insane.
It's one of the coolest new Pokemon. I can't believe it. And then what Pokemon are you shiny hunting right now?
I'm shiny hunting a Galarian Yamask.
Mm-hmm.
What was I at? I think it was at like 900 or no 700 encounters. I think it was 700.
But that one does the same thing.
Yeah, so Yamask normally evolves into Cofagrigus, but this Galarian Yamask evolves into Runegrigus, which is it's a cool. I when I first saw the Pokemon, I was like, I need that shiny. That's a really cool looking Pokemon.
I'm a huge fan of Lanoon. Well, what Obstagoon?
Obstagoon, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been trying to evolve my Lanoon into Obstagoon, which I think is a really cool looking one. And Rapidash, or the Ponyta and Rapidash, they're beautiful. They're just so majestic.
Very, very majestic.
Do you have a whole team of them yet?
No, I just have one.
It's coming. I kind of wish that it would have gone a different route. I wish it would have done the same thing, where it doesn't just evolve into a Rapidash, where it's like a grown-up Ponyta. I sort of wish it would have been like,
It does become fairy though. It's like fairy.
Oh, it does become fairy.
Yeah, it's
but
like
it'd be cool
if
it became like Pegadash. And
I know.
Got
With
wings.
Oh, if it wasn't Galarian Rapidash, it was just a Pokemon.
Yeah. I think that would have been a cooler.
You know what I found interesting in that area where you get the Ponyta is there's no Pokemon in the overworld. Like it's all random encounters.
Yep. It's interesting. Except there's one Impidimp.
Yeah, I think Impidimp kind of is.
But he's not like, it's not like he's in the grass walking around.
Yeah, he's like on a hill and you have to like.
He's in that mushroom.
Yeah, and then you just have to like hit the mushroom and then. I just thought it was interesting because the whole overworld there was, Pokemon roaming around.
Yeah, but that area why that one area?
Maybe because it's
who's to say that there's
in the forest and they're like hiding? I don't.
Maybe
because
maybe it like fits that.
Rat or Ponyta's like a unit.
Oh, you know what you should do is we should all stand still there for 12 hours and see if random Pokemon run out.
That's true, yeah.
Like in the live stream.
Because that was the area that was focused in the focus of that live stream. So I want to go back to the first topic. Did you want to say something about the amount of new Pokemon?
Oh yeah,
there's 81 new Pokemon.
81 new Pokemon. That's pretty cool.
But it doesn't seem like in the first couple.
Same as the last gen. Sun and Moon had 81.
In the first couple routes, like there's a bunch of new Pokemon, but then when you get to wild area, there's like no new Pokemon.
There's like a few.
That's kind of disappointing.
I wouldn't say there's
definitely
no
not in. I haven't seen any in that first.
In the first area, I don't think there are any in the first area.
But I think maybe once you get past that bridge, there are.
Yeah, because I saw Toxels. Yeah. Toxels, and I think I saw Impidimp. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I got my Impidimp in that really cool mushroom forest.
Yeah, because
I
haven't got there yet, and I already have Impidimp, so I think that's where I got it.
Oh, cool. Unless you got in the surprise trade, which is something we can talk about. Talk about surprise trades. So surprise trades are something in this game that, if you're familiar, there was something in the previous games called Wonder Trade. And what you do is you just pick one of your Pokemon, and then it gets shot off randomly to a random trainer, and then you get a random, usually bad Pokemon back. Because people
or sometimes a hacked
shiny. Yeah, or a hacked shiny. But I've noticed you get a lot of Yampers, a lot of Choodles, but I actually got really lucky, and I've been doing it because I've been doing it really late at night too, because I've been doing a lot of breeding. And for Masuda method, you need to have 2 Pokemon from different languages. I mean, some of this stuff gets like a little bit complex, and that's why I like Pokemon, because it's like at surface level, Pokemon is just like a baby game. But like if you really want to learn like all like the different, if you like want to be good and you want to learn like the typing matchups, or like figure out how the stats work, or how breeding works, how competitive stuff works, Like, there's just so many. It becomes this crazy rabbit hole of like things to learn, and I think that's why Cam likes it so much too. It's just that it's such a cool, complex thing with like really diverse, fun
you could
characters.
Play it and be like at a very basic, simple level and have a lot of fun, or you could be like really like hard into it and be very complex, and it's a different experience.
So I've been kind of flying through the story. Like, I haven't really taken the time to do anything outside of the story. And so my Pokemon are kind of, I mean, they're a little bit underleveled right now. So it's more of a challenge, which I like. It's not a cakewalk. I actually have to think about typing, and
it's not an
I've been
walk.
like I'll fight all the trainers, and then as soon as I picked up the amulet coin, I've just been like trying to battle everybody to get like double money and stuff.
Get more money.
Money. I always forget to equip that.
Don't forget to get your Meowth and your Pikachu or Eevee.
I need to get my Pikachu and Eevee.
How do you get Meowth?
It's a mystery gift.
Just mystery gift, and you just connect to get from internet.
Oh, you just get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pikachu and Eevee, you have to go to the train station. There's like
it's like the first one, and there's
it's
like
that
two people
first
talking.
train station. Yeah, I grabbed that one. And then I guess I should open up my Let's Go Pikachu.
Yeah, I should probably load up Eevee just so I could get the Eevee.
My Pikachu and then my Mew. Oh, but I was saying in the surprise trades, I got really lucky. I've gotten a lot of.
You got a Sobble. I'm so jealous.
I got a Sobble, which is.
Oh, you got a Sobble?
Yep.
Jeez.
And my starter was Grookey, and I got a Charmander, which is just insane.
I need to dump out I have like a Lapras from Let's Go, my Pokeball. I need to put like a Sword and Shield poke in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I haven't
even thought about using that.
My Pokeball Plus has been like in storage for a year.
Mine's sitting on my shelf with all my other like Pokemon memorabilia and stuff.
I used it
not getting any use
this weekend on the community day. I turned off the like notify me for Pokemon because like on a community day you want to catch you want to like check for shiny. You don't want it to like accidentally like lose it. Yeah, so I turned that off. So I just had it in my pocket, and it just like automatically spun the stops as I was walking by. So like I didn't have to do that. That was nice.
That's cool. What about? Let's talk about Galar in general. So Galar is the new region. It's based on England, the UK.
Yeah, the UK.
The UK. The one big thing that's new to the whole franchise is the wild area. And there's a couple things that we can talk about, that positives and negatives. The wild area is cool. I kind of like how sprawling it is, and it makes the world feel a lot bigger, and not like you're just like, okay, walk down this one lane to get to like the next town, to walk down another lane, and then walk into a forest that is sort of like a maze, but it's not that hard. Like... It's a really cool. It kind of like fleshes out like this big area. It's just it's cool, and I've been enjoying just walking around. And a lot of times I just will go to the wild area and just go to the dens and just pick up the watts, pick up like the 50 watts or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just going around like 50 watts, 50 watts, 50 watts.
It does give you that like Breath of the Wild feel a little bit.
I'm kind of. I don't really like the wild area too much. The Pokemon in it. They're not that exciting, and the raids, like, they're cool, but I don't know, they're not that fun.
I found them not to interrupt, but just to piggyback, and I'll let you keep talking. I don't think the raids were that fun until I did them live with Camillo and myself, and I think was it Linkle and Shadow?
Linkle and
was it Shadow?
No.
Was it a Don?
No. Shoot.
We're sorry. But it was
sorry,
fun.
I forgot your name.
Yeah, it was fun playing
it was
with
Super
you.
Smasher.
Oh, Super Smasher. Sweet.
Yeah.
So, we had played with viewers live on stream, and, like, it was fun. Like, one of them was, like, Linkle just knocked the Pokemon out instantly, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, like, I Dynamaxed, and then with Linkle with his regular Pokemon just knocked it out.
So, like, that was fun. Like, I enjoyed getting together with friends and doing it. But I think in general, they're just kind of like, meh.
Actually, I knew they could be shiny, but I didn't know that they show shiny when you're fighting them.
Oh.
Because I saw someone get like a shiny Riolu, and it was like a shiny Riolu like boss.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's cool. The thing about like the Dynamaxing stuff, I wish you could do it in battles outside of like a gym or in a raid. Like
it might be too overpowered.
Yeah, I mean that's like kind of what Z moves were, or not Z moves. I'm sorry, Mega Evolutions. That's what like Mega Evolutions was, and you could just Mega Evolve at the beginning of the fight and then just wreck shop the whole battle. So I really like that it's only in certain areas and it's only for 3 turns. Like it really kind of takes out the like OP-ness of it.
Yeah.
And I also thought that camping was only going to be in the wild area, but you could do it. You could do it anywhere. Which, like, why not just have it in that open area? Like I thought, just make it specific to that area. Because I'm in the wild area. I just want to get out of it as fast as possible.
I mean,
go to the next town.
What if it's like fun for you to go camping and
that's
what
like
is the wood?
This
what is
game's
that wood
version
called?
Of like Pokemon like Ami or Refresh, but like more fleshed out.
Yeah, but all it is like it's the same static campsite every time.
No, it's not. It's different backgrounds.
Well, just different backgrounds. It doesn't really change anything. You're still doing the same thing. You're still playing fetch.
What do you mean they're gonna
Pokemon.
reinvent it for every zone you go to?
Yeah.
Like,
no, I'm just saying like you don't like why not just make that a special thing that you do in the wild area instead
but
of
I feel
just,
like if they
randomly.
did that, you'd be like, why can't I do this everywhere? Like,
I mean, I did it once. I don't think it's
that's a classic John complaint.
I just don't think I don't think camping's that fun either. Like
in real life.
Yeah, in real life and in Pokemon. Like, oh, I played with this Pokemon for 3 seconds. That's cool.
I mean, I've done it I haven't done it that much. I've done it like once or
I've done it a handful of times. I've like made curry maybe like 4 times. I don't know. It's not for me. Like, I mean, it's definitely the people who used to like to do the thing where they like feed the little what were they? Masalas or whatever.
Masaladas.
Malasada.
That's it.
Like, there's people who really like that aspect of Pokemon, and that's what this is for them. Like, Pokemon is a vast thing.
Yeah,
like shiny hunting. Shiny hunting is a thing, and not a lot of people not everybody likes doing it because it's like very time consuming and like takes a lot of patience to the point where you go cross-eyed. But like, some people like that because they really enjoy the feeling of like earning something. But other people just want to like beat the Elite Four and then put the game on the shelf and then go play Star Wars.
Is that a dig at me? Because
it is a dig at you.
It's true.
Then they like complain and then they ignore like the enhanced version as like a new game.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm just disappointed in the wild area. That's all. That's my point.
I'm disappointed in the wild area in that when I connect to the internet and there are other people running around, that it lags. And I'm just over it, Nintendo. I'm super over it. I'm super over the fact...
We're supposed to get... That will be in the hate section.
Well, we're in the wild area section.
No.
Alright, whatever. I'll save it, but I guess it's already out there. Cat's out of the bag. Plus, we're already at 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Music's great. The music's amazing.
The music's awesome.
The gym theme is so good. Which song is the Toby Fox song?
I think it's the end of the game.
It's probably the champion song, guaranteed.
Okay. But the gym song is really good. The rival music is really good.
Can we talk about how Hop wants to lose every 3 seconds?
Yeah. Also, just Hop, dude. Somebody pointed this out. I think it was in one of the something you retweeted. That Hop is how just reskinned, and that's 100% true. He is just so annoying and just running around and just.
He even kind of looks like him. He even kind of looks like him with a different haircut.
Kinda. It's like a little bit more grown up and tall.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I'm just like every time I see Hop, I'm like, God, again. I'd rather have like Beady or whatever be like, I am more superior than you. Let us fight now. Okay.
Honestly, the rival in Little Town Hero was like really similar. He just like always wanted to lose or like always wanted to fight.
Yeah. It's like, dude, don't you know that I can wreck you?
Every time.
Dude, it was really funny though. I ran into Hop when I was egg hatching, and I had like I had like a Litwick on my team because it makes the eggs hatch faster.
You probably still won.
No, I actually lost. I had a level 25 Litwick and like 3 Sizzlipedes, level 1. And I'm just like, oh no. So he actually won. I got beat by Hop, which might be the only, I should clip that out because it could be the only recorded in history of someone getting beat by Hop.
Why, like, get 6 Pokemon, man. Just get 6 Pokemon. What are you doing?
That's the problem with the whole game, but I feel like maybe they'd have to do less trainer battles or something because
it would make it way too long.
Yeah.
But
well, when I'm like fighting a bunch of trainers, I don't necessarily want them to have 6 because it just like wears down your team. Because then like if you fight like a grunt with 6 Pokemon, and then you have to find another grunt with like it does.
Yeah, if you're like if you're in a cave and like every guy you encounter has 6 Pokemon, like you're
I
don't
have to heal.
I want a cave like that. I want like a champion cave.
That'd be cool though, but then now with the camping, you could just camp and like make your Pokemon some food, revive them, and then keep going. Like that would actually be pretty cool. Like a more survivally.
Oh, you can't camp in caves.
Can't?
Yeah, or well, you at least can't camp in that cool forest area.
Oh, you can't camp in there?
No.
Why can't you camp in a forest? That doesn't make any sense. That's where you camp.
I don't know. It's Pokemon.
Oh man. So let's talk about the fashion real fast because it's amazing. And
it's not good.
I have spent all of my money on clothes. My guy is so fly. He looks so awesome all the time. He has leopard print sunglasses. He's got hot pink plaid pants sometimes. He dresses based on his mood. He's just pretty fresh, dude.
I hate the hats. The hats that they have are terrible.
Oh, I just cut my hair and I don't wear hats.
I didn't like any of the haircuts, but then like I didn't like my current hair, so like I just went with one of the hats. I actually like the hats this time.
I spent $3,000 to get a haircut, and I didn't change my hair.
I spent $17,000 on pants.
Oh, you picked the same haircut?
Yeah, I picked the same haircut.
Well, see, what I did was I was like, I usually don't like these anyway, so I saved right beforehand and it went in, and then I just reset.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if that was an autosave spot.
I was fortunate enough that they have my haircut in the game.
Yeah, they have like no haircuts for people.
They have a
They don't have
cut.
facial hair either.
I know, man. Like, can we all... Let's just talk about this for a second. Can you not be an adult and go on a Pokemon journey?
I know, right?
How many... Dude, there's got to be so many adults that play these games. And it's like, no, you're 10. Go on your journey. It's time to go.
You leave that your mom's like, yeah, go ahead, go in the world.
You're
with
definitely
all these dangerous
older
creatures.
You're older than 10 in this game, for sure.
Not old enough to grow a beard.
15,
You're a
14,
you're a teenager in this
15.
game.
I want to be. I want to make my own age.
That's the whole like premise of the series. I don't think it would. Like,
things change.
How do they have like? I don't think they would make it so that you could be a different age.
Aren't you older in the GameCube RPGs? Maybe, I don't know. Never played
I feel like you're a
not
teenager
mainline.
in those.
Not
Those are
mainline.
main. Well, there's side series, but they can interact. Of course.
I just want a beard.
Agreed. I just want a beard also.
I don't mind
all right.
not having the beard, but
Well, not all of us can grow beards.
dang.
Shade.
So that's fashion. That's music. Raids, wild area. And the towns are cool. I really loved I mean, it had like 4 houses in it, but the area after that forest was
Oh yeah, it's
I haven't
so
got there
nice.
yet.
Oh
I think
my
I saw
gosh.
on your stream though.
That's a cool area. I like that town a lot.
Oh,
There's a
my
lot
gosh.
of desert stuff, and like in the early game, there's a bunch of desert stuff.
Yeah, I like the place where I'm hunting the Yamask. It's like
Mm-hmm.
deserty with like dead grass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of variety, and I really like that.
There's not much interaction in the towns though. Like each town doesn't have that many NPCs. Houses to go into, and I feel like when you go into the houses, like people don't give you stuff anymore. You just like
they
talk
do.
To them.
Some do. Like
not everybody does, but
in every town, there's probably 2 or 3 people that give you stuff, which is like if everybody gave you something, like that would be weird. Like I feel like then it would be like, okay, I'm just gonna go around and be like, my stuff, please.
Yeah.
It wouldn't just
well,
be
you
like
just break into their house anyway, so it's like
that's true.
You're stealing.
That's still a thing. There's still no knocking on doors in this game. All right, so let's move on. Round up our Pokemon conversation and talk about all the hate. So I sort of started talking about the things that I hate, which is when I am online, which I am most of the time because I do like to randomly surprise trade and stuff like that. So when I'm in the wild area, it is frame drops galore. And also the draw distance for NPCs is maybe 30 yards. So like even when I'm hatching eggs on Route 5 and I do that little loop, sorry, I'm being very specific. Like if people aren't playing Pokemon and listening to this episode of the podcast, they're just like, what are you guys talking about? Okay, so on Route 5, there's a little loop when you go down by the nursery and when you're going back up the hill towards the actual nursery itself, you can't even see the woman who works at the nursery.
Oh, man.
And you're like there. You're right there. I don't understand it. And that just drives me crazy. I'm like, And like, sure, I would rather have characters pop in and out than have my game lag. But I sort of feel like it's 2019. And I say this a lot. It's 2019. Come on, Switch. Why can't you handle a game that looks like flippin' Wind Waker?
They put weird, like, details in some of like if you look in the house, they have like light switches and stuff. Like, why focus on these weird little details if you're not gonna like the overworld is kind of empty. Like, there's just a patch of grass and then there's a tree randomly. Then there's
the wild. I feel like the wild area could have been more built out, but I also think that it just wouldn't function because it doesn't function right now. It would just be like if they added like a bunch of shrubbery and like filled it out to look like a real area. They would just couldn't handle all those 3D models.
Like if you can make a Breath of the Wild on the Switch, I think you can make a better looking game. Like I don't think the game is that terrible. I don't think it's as bad as everybody was like saying it is. But yeah, it feels dated.
Was longer in development than this one.
Well, I think that's the whole argument. Like they should have cooked it longer.
Yeah, but even if you cook it longer, I mean, I don't really know how to make a video game. But like, I'm just saying, like, even if you cook it longer, does that make it so that if you walk in a wild area with so many textures in it, or not textures, but 3D models or polygons or whatever, it's still gonna lag? Doesn't matter how long you cook it, right? It's the coding and like the amount of stuff that like the RAM can handle, like loaded at one time. So I don't understand. Like, did Breath of the Wild just know how to optimize things better? Like, did they make simpler things with like better textures? Because like something that has simpler, like less polygons in it, but a more complex texture is easier to have in a game than something that's like, okay, we made this thing, it has like 50 million tries, and then just like, you know, a blue texture on it. Yeah. Like, what are they spending their resources and time on? Like, they should have optimized it for the fact that the Switch is a 3DS Plus. Boom.
Yeah.
Switch roasted. Please make a Switch Plus.
It's weird because I've been playing Star Wars like at the same time, and that game is beautiful. And like when you look at it compared to Pokemon, it's like, oh boy, are we in the same generation?
No, it doesn't feel like you're playing games in the same decade. But I mean,
it looks fine. It looks okay.
I will say Pokemon does have an art style, and it's sticking. It feels a lot like Sun and Moon. Like if Sun and Moon were to have a logical conclusion, but logical sequel, This feels like that. But like it doesn't feel like a console game per se.
But I mean, it's always been a handheld game though.
Right.
Yeah, but now they're moving on to a console. Like
I was thinking about this last night.
But like
that's
I
the whole
don't think that
controversy.
was but that's because Nintendo made this. Like if they had just made another handheld, like they'd just be going on to the next handheld.
But that shouldn't be like their excuse why they don't.
Well, it's not their excuse, but like
think about this though. Maybe Game Freak just doesn't know how to make console games. Like,
That's
dude,
possible.
I watched a video about how like Game Freak got formed. It was a dude who like dropped out of school basically to make magazines about video games because he liked video games. So we've got a company founded by a dude who just wanted to make video game magazines because he liked video games. And then he met this other guy that was like, oh, we should make a game about monsters. And then they make Pokemon basically. And then now they're working in something that's basically worse than an NES. And those guys did it. And now they're like, all right, cool. Well, technology is advancing. Learn all of this stuff and keep making those games until the end of time, and you die. It's like I kind of feel it's just like, well, it's like no, man. Like we were viable in the '90s. Like now you're like we can't grow with the times or like hire the right people. Like maybe they need like a whole new like managerial restructuring. And I know they've had different directors. They had that first guy that I'm talking about, I forget his name, and then they did Masuda, and then they had the guy who did the Sapphire games, is now doing, he did Sun and Moon. Did he also do this one?
Which one?
The director, the guy who directed Sun and Moon, also direct
Masuda? No,
Masuda
this time.
No, Masuda did not do Sun and Moon.
No, Masuda's last one was wasn't it Let's Go?
No, Masuda's last game was.
No, remember with Sword and Shield, he was like, this was like. Yeah, it was like Let's Go, right? Because it was like that was like the remake of like the first one, and he was saying like, this is my last one. He's still
so
on
maybe
the game,
he can't.
He's not.
Well,
he's
they
not
come back. They're in different roles.
Yeah, he has a different role, but he's still making the game.
Oh, he was the director. But he was a producer on Sun and Moon, and he was a producer on Sapphire. The last mainline game he directed that was an original game. Original? I guess Let's Go is technically original. But X and Y was the last one that he was a director on.
Okay.
And then, this is getting like so in the weeds. But I'm just...
Moral of the story is they probably should find people that know how to deal with current hardware.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is that they've been using these same people, and all right, director Omari. Omari is the one who did Sapphire and Sun and Moon, and then I want to know who did.
Oh, you're talking about like the remakes of Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I'm hoping for. What? Is there's all this backlash and people are like annoyed with the graphics and animation, and hopefully they take that to heart, and for the next entry in the series they implement that. Like I'm just thinking of like Sonic the movie, Sonic the Hedgehog movie, how there was such that huge outcry of changing Sonic's animation, and they did a great job reanimating it.
Right.
So I'm hoping something like that happens.
Well, here's the deal with that, is that with a movie, it's Paramount, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Paramount has X million dollars invested in the Sonic movie, and they need to make X number of $1 million back. The Pokemon movie has X million dollars invested in the trading cards, the show, the movies, the games. So all of these things that they make more money with are supplementing. Like, if this game tanks, the Pokemon as a franchise is still going to succeed and be huge.
Well, this game's not going to tank, though.
Right.
It's going to sell like 20 million, and that's the problem. Like, it's going to sell a ton of copies. So nothing's going to change unless they actually take this criticism.
Unless people stop buying it.
Yeah, exactly. That's not going to happen.
I mean, yeah, I'm a super fan though. I don't know. I'm not the best person to give my opinion on that. Okay, so that covers the hate.
Oh, I did want to mention the animations.
Right.
There weren't many animations in the moves that I've experienced so far, except for one really cool one. Mm-hmm. I forget what it's called, like Pyro Ball or something.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
Cinderace, really cool. the fire starter.
Yeah,
it's like he like kicks this rock and like does like a little juggle move and then kicks the fire, and it's so cool. I'm like, why couldn't you just do that for all the moves?
Oh, Rillaboom has a cool one. I forget what it's called.
Oh, isn't it like beating drum or something?
Yeah, it's something like that, where he beats his drum and then vines come out of the ground like in the rhythm of those beats and like hit the Pokemon. Like, that's awesome.
So there's glimpses of that.
Yeah.
But
so it's like, let's do that, but for everything.
It's just, I get where they're coming from. That takes a lot of resources to like change every move like that.
Do it. You're a multi-billion-dollar company.
Like a tackle is just like the Pokemon like goes forward slightly, and then there's like a little smack animation. Mm-hmm. Like it's. Also, I think we're past that now.
I kind of wish that they would put in so much money because they make so much money. Like, I want them to, if a Meowth scratches a Yamper, I want it to be a Meowth scratching a Yamper, and actually the 3D models are interacting with the other 3D models for every Pokemon.
Yeah.
For every move. That's a modern game. That's what a modern game should be. We have the technology.
Yeah, and a bunch of other JRPGs do it too.
So, yeah, Nintendo, Pokemon Company, Game Freak.
I still enjoy the game.
We love your game, but those are the things you need to do to bring it to the next level. Because right now, you're slacking. And we're letting it slide because of nostalgia and because at the core, the game is fun. But you're on notice.
You're on notice. Next time, I'll think about for 5 minutes, and then I'll still buy it.
I'll still pre-order it immediately. Both of them. All right, cool. So final thoughts on all three of us are halfway through the game.
Yeah.
I'm having a blast. I couldn't be having more fun.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun.
I think it's great. And I love the new Pokemon. Except for Swirlix is stupid, and I hate it. And there's plenty
I thought that was an old Pokemon.
Oh, is it?
That's a
Swirlix?
the X and Y.
Swirlix was an X and Y?
Yeah. It was the X exclusive.
Oh, I had Y, so that's why. And I didn't complete my Pokedex. All right, cool. Well, that is what we think about Pokemon Sword and Shield so far. We're enjoying it. I hope you loved our, semi-spoiler cast. It's only for the first half of the game, so it's been out for, by the time this releases, it's been out for a week.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So you should have already beaten the game by now if you're,
a real fan.
A true fan. If not, wait till you get it as a Christmas gift. All right, cool. We'll just wrap up the podcast real quick with the new games that are coming out. Google Stadia is launching on the 19th, so I'm sure John will have some thoughts on that next week.
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, not next week. We're taking some time off.
Next time,
guys,
I'll
follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Discord because we are taking some time off for the holidays, and we will announce that in those places. Cool. And on 11/19, Shenmue 3 is coming out. Woo woo! Shenmue is amazing. This game's probably gonna suck though. Coming out on PS4 and PC.
Nobody's talking about it.
Because it's probably gonna low-key suck. On 11/22, we got Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts, the most anticipated game of 2019, coming out PS4, Xbox, and that's it. And what we've been playing, Cool Trainer, Camilo, and I have been playing Pokemon. Well, actually, I've been playing Pokemon Shield. What have you been playing, Camilo?
No, you've been playing Pokemon Sword. I've been playing Pokemon Shield.
I keep saying... Well, for the longest time, I thought I was going to be playing Shield. And I was, ready to play it. And then, it was kind of a last-minute decision to switch to Sword because of Farfetch'd. So,
yeah.
I've been playing Pokemon Sword. What have you been playing?
I'm playing Pokemon Shield.
Cool.
And some Pokemon Go.
You can play Pokemon Go.
Yeah. We had Community Day on Saturday, and it was actually the release of Galarian Weezing in Pokemon Go, which was really cool. I hope they release some more soon. Of more of the Galarian forms. I don't know what they're gonna do with because there's a lot of Pokemon that are like Galarian into evolution. They usually don't do the evolutions because that's a Gen 8 Pokemon, and we're on Gen 5 right now. So I don't know if they'll just release Galarian Meowth and it can't evolve or anything.
Yeah, maybe they just won't do it. So you've been playing Star Wars, John? How are you liking it?
I have. I love that game. That game's so fun. It's much better than I was expecting. It's like a cross between Dark Souls and Metroid Prime, and you're a Jedi, so you get to use all the Jedi forces, and you have a lightsaber. You get to customize everything.
Can you get into a morph ball?
No, but your little drone guy, he helps you out in tight spaces.
Is there voice acting in that game?
There is voice acting. There's full voice acting. There's animated cutscenes.
Weird.
There's everything's animated. It's crazy.
Do the trees have shadows?
I don't know if there's trees, but there are also Pokemon in it. There's these little creatures that look like Pokemon that pop out.
That's cool.
It's a fantastic. I love it so far. It's such a good game. I'm 5 or 6 hours in. It's just really fun being a Jedi.
Sweet. All right.
Nice.
Well, that's the end of our podcast. Like I said before, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Join the Discord and have conversations with us. Also, follow our individual stuff. I now stream on YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch because I'm going back to my streaming roots, to quote Ninja, and I'm streaming on Restream again because low-key, guys, I super don't trust YouTube to take care of gaming channels, so I'm super scared. So please support us on Mixer and Twitch. John, where are you at?
I'm on Mixer, and I just hit 1,000 followers.
Dang!
So I'm pumped about that. It's only been 3 months, and I'm freaking pumped.
Dang, that ain't no joke. And Camilla, where can people find you?
I am uploading to YouTube, and I am going live on Twitch.
Very cool. All of those links are going to be in the description. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope we didn't spoil too much of Pokemon for you. Go out, get the game, and chat with us about it. I'll trade you a shiny. No, I won't. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.